the stock market, meaning companies, new highs.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. Nuts. They're nuts. They know nothing.
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
Welcome, my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania. This is the no bullshit approach to all financial markets, from Top Shot to political betting, Bitcoin, and the largest casino in the world, spinning huge today, the U.S. stock market. Today on Market Mania, the Market Mania Mailbag, pick tracker for the past Market Mania picks, NBA Top Shot going nuts, the Gamestop story, that's in play big time today, and top story, it's earnings season. Tesla has to, how did Earnings Whisper put Apple over Tesla on Wednesday? Either way, it's probably market cap based, but still, it's crazy time. Tony, how do you see earnings season starting this week playing out? What do you think's going on?
Well, the conventional wisdom, as I understand it, especially for options traders, is that implied volatility really goes up leading into earnings and then drops almost to nothing after earnings. So if you're playing options on these, the theory is you want to play them up to earnings, sell before, and walk away, because there's just no implied volatility after that to work with.
Brett, that's not how us gamblers think about this.
I feel that's the safe way. I feel that might be the safe way to do it. I know the Robinhood Wall Street Bets crowd, they're looking to gamble on either a big, surpass. I don't even know the right word, but they're going to bet on a company either exceeding expectations or maybe putting in a really poor quarter and profiting on that. So I think a lot of them are going to hold those tickets into the actual earnings release.
Yeah. It's a beat. They want to beat if they have calls. They want an earnings beat, or that it's going to fall short, if you will, if they have the puts. But a lot of people on that Wall Street Bets, they love, look at that candle today. They like to load up. Like you'll see on Tuesday afternoon into like that big first Tuesday night earnings, after market closes earnings, you'll see a bunch of people loading up the YOLOs. They're going to be hammering, out of the money calls, out of the money puts. It's not the real investing strategy, but that is the new blackjack and baccarat tables of the pandemic retail stock market new gambler.
All right. Well, that's good to know. I'm doing it all wrong, at least with respect to gambling.
Put that back up. Do you have that back up, the earnings whispers again? Because this is actually a blockbuster week. I mean, this is a absolutely bananas. If you like gambling on the stock market this week, you got AMD Tuesday, that's Mama Sue, and Microsoft. What do we got? And then Wednesday, that is a fucking huge day. Apple, Tesla, Facebook. Yeah. I mean, holy shit.
I'm a little curious for this Thursday. McDonald's and Southwest are a couple interesting. How has the pandemic affected their earnings kind of plays there?
Hey, Boot Barn's coming home for me, boys.
So you have all your favorite stocks, all the big techs are coming in for earnings season, and you get a volatile week in the market for that. Speaking of volatility, holy shit. The Wall Street Bets kiddies have officially done it. They got all the press over the last week and today. GameStop, these kids looked up a huge short interest stock, in this case GameStop, failing company by all traditional measures, and they decided, well, hey, there's 2 million of us now on r/Wall Street Bets. If we all sail it in here, we might trigger an epic short squeeze. Well, they did it, and it looks like it squeezed last week to like the 30s or 40s, and then this week, and then it looks like they squeezed it again towards the end of the week last week, and then today, that shit hit like 160 at some point. Yeah. Like 150, 160 was a trade.
Just shy of the top print there. That's crazy.
Tony, the producer, SEC has to be looking at it. I'm not a fan of regulation. I hate that shit. But just knowing what's happening here, look at this. Yeah, this is great. Brett, look at this. Look at this thread. Look at this Wall Street Bets thread. This is the containment thread. Look at how many like accolades it has on there. And this is just real time.
This isn't part of like some major basket, right? So you're not necessarily taking down retirement funds by like in terms of regulation. I think let the market speak in terms of GameStop here. You have like Citron was the big activist short seller against it. Yeah.
The Wall Street Bets called. Remember last week they called this. They broke up his live stream. They threatened the dude's children and shit. I mean, not cool, of course.
No, not cool.
And then now I was sweating it at 40, and then opened at 100, popped to 150, bounced around all day, halted like 6 or 7 times today already. It's been halted. Holy shit! It's not based on valuation.
There's some theory of a turnaround, right? You had Michael Burry, the big short guy, has like 3.5 million shares of GameStop. And then some other guy who founded Chewy, I believe, which is a really successful pet online retailer, but has like 10% of GameStop outstanding shares. And he believes they can turn around as like a digital focused business. I think that may be a little tricky, right? You have Steam, you have a lot of competition already in that space. I know GameStop has a fairly well-known brand, but it's not as easy as just, we're digital and we can just pivot from this extensive retail model. So there is a bull case there. It's not just total hype and FOMO, but that's 98% of it from what I can tell.
No, there's a possible turnaround. This is a $500 million company that just pumps immediately to like $6 billion in market cap. It's a failing company. You can look at the quarterly reports, making less and less money. Just it's a dying model. Like, yeah, sure, you could pivot to retail. I could, get a blowjob from Christy Turlington. But the problem is that that reference is actually getting dated now. But this is not based on fundamentals. This is a short squeeze.
What else in the market is? Well, it's not like everything else is trading based on fundamentals. We're doing Tesla is at like $1 trillion market cap almost.
Nothing. This is the future of investing. This is the future. Flash mob, short squeezes. Be careful if you're out there shorting. This is going to happen. They can't regulate this. This is just the future.
Don't get left holding the bag. People love trading like this.
Look at those other Wall Street Bets tickers too. AMC, I know we called that. That wasn't necessarily Wall Street Bets based, but and actually that had some great news today. But also another highly shorted stock, Nokia, NOK, check that. And then you see the other two that are already in play on Wall Street Bets, Palantir with the evil Peter Thiel at the helm, and BlackBerry, another heavily shorted, probably going to dying business model type of company, high short interest. They think they can pump it. Holy shit. This is the new clown market. Welcome to the clown market.
It's market mania.
It really is.
Speaking of clown markets, there are digital videos of basketball highlights that you can watch for free on YouTube, selling for tens of thousands of dollars over in the NBA Top Shot marketplace. And I will admit, I put money on here to join the herd. I actually couldn't. It was so popular, I couldn't even buy a pack. They were selling out. The site was freezing. So I still have my $120. I was trying to buy some Cool Cats packs. Everyone I know is either involved in this, or a lot of people from the sort of sports betting poker worlds. Maicon, I know you actually have some involvement here.
Full disclosure, I am staking a guy in NBA Top Shot. Full disclosure. Yeah. Got it.
So they're doing a lot of volume. It's come out of nowhere. I know some guys, they paid I believe $35,000 for one of these Ja Morant cards. The number one of his, I believe it was this dunk. And obviously there were 2 cards yesterday that sold for $100,000, which is the current cap. And I expect we'll see obviously more selling at that price, and then they're going to raise that cap. But you basically get, it's NFTs, which we've covered on this show a while ago, a segment I'm extremely bullish on long term. I do believe it is the future of trading and collectibles. And this is really interesting because it brings the current sports card physical boom together with these emerging NFTs. And you can essentially provably own on the blockchain a numbered highlight with the NBA's approval. And they're pretty cool. So it's wildly expensive right now, but there's people making a lot of money and losing in this marketplace.
Started to poke around here. It's on the Flow blockchain. Never heard of that before. There's a little explorer that you can go and check all the most recent
Dapper.
sales.
That's CryptoKitties. This is for the same people that did CryptoKitties, and they built their own blockchain Flow. Andreessen Horowitz and a bunch of big VCs are behind this.
Crazy shit. Licensed by the NBA, so these are official.
Yeah, so they have the official
NFTs.
deal. So it's like for NBA, this is like you can't compete with the official NBA partnership, in my opinion.
And I'm glad you mentioned NFTs. So sorry to cut in, Brian, but they're just going to be so important in the future. I think people maybe don't realize it. I mean, all collectibles will have an NFT. Basketball players will be able to have an NFT. You'll be able to buy against their stats, against their injuries. I mean, it's going to financialize every last thing you can see. So
what are you buying? I see the NFTs for like an in-game sword for like the game, and then you trade it to a guy or something. But like, what are you buying here?
It's the same as a baseball card. It's numbered, right? So there's number 1, right? You see down here, this is number 250. There's number 49. There's number 25. The number 1 is the most expensive for a player typically. Then their jersey number is usually number 2. 69 and 420, believe it or not, are popular numbers. Anything that ends in 00. So it's same as baseball cards, right? They typically number in a set 1 to 500, 1 to whatever. And so you're getting the digital version of the same thing. This is the third out of the 250 that were printed, and I own it, is what you get.
That's fascinating. And then you'll pass it to your kids on the Flow blockchain, and you'll say, go trade them with your friends.
So I would say this is like extremely high risk. This is probably like on the GameStop options level of risk. I have no idea whether NBA Top Shot specifically will work out. I am incredibly bullish on NFTs as a whole. This one, I like this. I mean, I'm bullish here too, but less so than on the space as a whole.
Tony, tell us how good we've been picking stocks on Market Mania. Not investment advice.
Not investment advice, but Matt wasn't able to join us today. He's a little busy. I just wanted to throw back to some of his best picks. Check this out.
Hey. All right, Churchill Acquisition Group, CCIV, $18.79 right now. It's a huge gamble, short term.
Okay, so he
today
calls
on
CCIV.
Hot question of the day.
Shut up, you. Calls CCIV, and at $18, it's at what, $24, but it got up to 35. Somebody paid 35, and he had said it could pop to $40 at that time. So looks like the gamble paid off if you listen to Matt there. The other one I wanted to show off here was this guy right here.
You guys know, because we talked about a lot about it today, AMC, the next short squeeze. If Tony could put the price up, I think it's 302, 301.
Okay, so he called AMC at 301. It is now just poking around.
450.
450.
To be fair, we both called AMC that day.
That's true. You both get credit for that. And
I never even brought up my e-hang. I never brought up my e-hang at like $10. That's all right. That's okay. I'm not in it for that. I'm not in it for the accolades. Glance needs that.
Well, I'm just saying, I wish Glance was here every day to give us all this great advice, but when he's not, I'll be sure to remind you all just what a mad lad he is. He's really good at this. So
real talk, he really is sharp as hell. Real talk, sharp as hell.
Listen to Matt before you listen to me, but you can still listen to me as well.
Tony, open up the Market Mania mailbag and see if we have any questions from the chat while the show is going. We like to interact with our community, and we like you to reach out, and then we reach back in a very platonic way just about stocks. It's not investment advice, but if you have a question for any of us and you just want to float your little ticker, you want to shill your bags, whatever it is, hit our chat, hit us on the Twitter, and then we will answer your questions on the show. The Market Mania mailbag.
So we got a question. We got one from Twitter and one from YouTube. We'll start with Twitter. As soon as I find his name, Reese Leitner wants to know if we think AMC is going to go higher than $6 or $7 now. And my answer is, after seeing what happened with GameStop, I would much rather be riding one of these waves on these sort of retail friendly, Wall Street bets friendly stocks than almost anything else right now while this sort of frenzy is going on. So yes, I think AMC will cross that $6-7 mark and keep going. But I could be wrong.
I think, I mean, I agree with Brett in the sense that I wouldn't be shorting GME here. Made that mistake. But I would be more long the next one. It's so much easier to make money long than short. And if you see these things blast off and you're like, well, this can't be right. And you're right. It can't be right. It's not right. But you look at the put options on that and, well, holy shit, you just have a massive premium you have to pay if you want to gamble short. Not that much to make. AMC, that thing can still do the exact same thing GME does. It is a clown market right now. And they did now to be fair, AMC just took $1 billion to the face. So they probably got runway for another year or two now. So that does kind of change the game a little bit. There's more fundies there than in the last one. And just one last point, was that Reese Lightner? I think I used that on my car. When the engine starts to squeak a little bit, you put a little Reese Lightner in there and it's, it clears that right up.
Good stuff. Did you say you had one more there, Brett?
Yeah, this is from Matt Glantz, host of the show. He wants to know, he is still short 3,000 shares of GME. Should he cover the short or hold it? And I know I don't even want to touch this one, man. That's tough. I say, you know what? I'm going to say wait till it hits 150 again and then go to 10K shares short. That's the peak. It's going back and then it's going to drop. Not investment advice.
I will tell you this, not investment advice. I covered up myself. I took my L like a man today, and I don't want that shit. I'm not going up against 2 million autistics on the internet. No fucking way. No chance. I learned my lesson. Hand raised. Learned my lesson. Not doing it again. And fuck, man. Just so for you guys that don't know that are a little bit new here, being 3,000 shares short means for every point that GameStop goes up, Glantz loses $3,000. Goes up 10 points, 30K loss. Goes up 100 points, 300K loss to the face. This is a not fundamental, short squeezy, crazy fucked up scenario. So yes, of course it seems overvalued. Of course it should go back down to the mean, but we don't know what's happening tomorrow. Halted 7 times today. Fuck, man. These autists are saying 420.69 is the price target. I don't know, man. SEC is somebody's gonna step in. Over the heavy-handed regulators usually come in and beat that down. I don't know.
What can they do?
I don't know.
But let me just say, the autists are saying, paper hands, go ahead and sell. You don't deserve your moon tendies. So there you go. Wall Street Bex is going to keep driving up GME. At least that's their intent. So,
fuck, man. Fuck. It's a crazy story. This market has gotten clownish and clowner through the pandemic the last year or so. All right. I think everybody knows what time it is. Thank you for the Market Mania mailbag. You go ahead and ship those questions in every day to us. Safety glasses are on. It's time for the Market Mania pick of the day. New lighting, hard to see it, but the not investment advice, do your own research hat is on. Kick it to Tony, the producer. What is your pick of the day?
My pick of the day is, and it breaks my heart to say this, short SLV. I've been trying to go long SLV for so long, I just keep getting crushed. The premiums on silver are over 100%. You can't find silver in stock, but for some reason, the ETF based on the price of silver keeps going down. Well, it's because they keep making paper contracts to drive the price down every time it inches up a little bit. So don't fight the big money. They're going to keep driving the price down. Short SLV.
All right. That is crazy. You got the metals man short his metal. I don't know. Tony, you all right? We'll talk after the show. If
so
you need
pissed. I hate these people.
Brett, Richie, hit me with your pick of the day.
I'm staying in the crypto world. I'm going with synthetics. Historically, after these huge Bitcoin runs, people look to invest their gains into alternative crypto assets. Synthetics is basically a network built of alternative crypto assets where they have all sorts of futures in these different type of more real world assets you can get exposure to within the crypto markets with all the crazy derivatives and leverage and all that. And this thing's marching along pretty solidly, and I think it's a pretty. I can see people find their gains in here, so SNX is the play.
All right, you got something I've never heard of. Love it, love it. I guess I didn't submit one, but I'm going to throw out Ethereum and Nokia. Ethereum hitting all-time highs over there, and just the regular crypto world, everything else based on it. And Nokia, holy shit, that does look like another one of these short interest stocks that like might be clown market crazy soon. Those are my picks of the day for today. And that is what you get from Market Mania. That's how you get it. That's how you do it. So we appreciate everybody that listens to us here. And this is going to be Lupe Fiasco week for the quote of the day. And it's going to come from one of my favorite tracks. Me and the wife do love the Cool, and it's actually, this isn't even from the Cool, but it is from the track is "Hurt Me Soul" by Lupe Fiasco. Louis Vuitton modelin', pornographic actress honorin', string theory ponderin', bulimic vomitin', Catholic priest fondlin', preemptive bombin', and Osama and Obama and them. They're breaking in my car again, deforestation is over logging, Hennessy and hypnotic swallowing, hydroponic coughing, all the world's ills, sitting on chrome 24-inch wheels. Like and subscribe right here on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter, Market Mania Show. TikTok as well is blowing up. Market Mania Show there too.
And Odyssey,
we'll see you
get
tomorrow.
us on Odyssey Library.
On Library, this is Library. We will see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. But for now, it is lights out.
Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine.
Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold or a domino, out of control. The usual. Get mad cause I'm looking at your girl.
Switch it up.
I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard, got the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury. However, turn it where I would turn it. Can't lie like it's Mississippi burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine should've looked the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind. Was afraid of the time. Strobe lights like in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right